Most business owners in 2025 are using YouTube completely wrong. They're chasing fame, they're looking for views, they're looking to go viral, and none of it is actually having a big impact on their business. They're increasing their fame, maybe increasing their status, but it's not actually contributing to the bottom line of their business. And look, I was in this position for many years because I believed, and I truly did believe, that the more views I got was the more leads that I would get, and then the more my business would grow. But the reality is that's actually not true. You only need to look at the creator economy to really see this, right? I call it the zombie apocalypse of the creator economy because you have a bunch of broke creators running around the internet trying to get views, trying to get likes, and all of them are actually broke. And you have a lot of business owners that fall into that category too because they're following the creator model to be able to get likes. But as we know, likes do not exactly turn into cash, and there needs to be a streamlined version of this. And we've been using a completely different strategy, which has really broken down a lot of the barriers around how do you actually get leads from YouTube? How do you create videos on YouTube that turn into assets? And these business assets are used to generate millions of dollars for your business every year. And look, we've been doing this at my own company Invoix, as well as over 200 content businesses on the internet. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can utilize this YouTube strategy, our secret YouTube strategy that I've never told anyone before, and we can walk through exactly a step-by-step process for you to implement this. But before we do that, what is everything that people are truly doing wrong? When they put out videos and things don't hit and they don't get leads, they're blaming everything outside of it. They're blaming the lights, they're blaming the backlights, they're blaming the audio, and if you're Gary Stevenson, you're also blaming the government. But none of this is actually the reason why your content isn't hitting and it isn't getting you leads for your business. There's actually a real problem here that I want to address in this video and show you how you can overcome this too. So how did it all change for me, and what was it that we did? Well, we've started a new series and a new method to grow on YouTube for your business, which is called the Objection Handling Series. This is a series of videos that you put out for your business that basically handle all of the objections a lot of your prospects will have. It's not based on just getting random views. It's not based on just trying to go viral, and it's not based on controversial tactics and frameworks. Instead, it's based on you creating content that pre-handles objections of your prospects. Now, why is this important? It's because for us, and for you, you may run a lot of warm traffic to your business. So this is people that see you on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X, and then they come in to book a call with you. So they know who you are. And statistically, we know in our business that 86% of people who book a call from warm traffic turn into customers. But only 14% of clients that come in from cold traffic turn into customers. So what do we do in this instance? Because as your business grows, you will bring in more cold traffic into your audience. So what we want to do is create a series of small miniature videos that pre-handle objections. Let me give you a little insight, and this is truly the secret sauce behind our business. Every objection that you get on a call, on a sales call for your offer or for your business, can be handled and pre-handled beforehand in content. Let me give an example. When people say, I need to think about it, or they need to find out more about you, or they need to figure out more about your content, or they need to check, does your model work, or do they need to see case studies and testimonials, all of those objections can be handled in a short video series that you publish on YouTube beforehand. So what we do, and our secret in here is, we look at every single call we've ever taken, any sort of sales call, any discovery call, and we look at what are the main objections people have. And instead of crying and whining and saying that our offer doesn't work and giving up, we create YouTube videos that pre-handle those objections. So if someone's looking for our framework to how we build offers, we will create a video on how do we develop a framework for offers. If people want to know who has this worked for, we will create a video that will showcase all of the case studies through the model that we teach inside the incubator or Apex, and how our model solves those problems. We will show case studies that are for people who are in their 50s, 60s, people that are even 20 years old, 30 years old, and how does it all fit together? So this video series compounds over time, and what happens is every single objection gets killed in these videos. You don't need to create 500 videos. You don't need to be like a podcaster and come out with videos every single week. When the time is right, every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you have a new video that handles a ton of objections in YouTube that sits in there on its own own playlist. So think about this for a second. Imagine if someone said to you, I need to think about it. You have videos and series that showcase how speed is important, how speed leads to execution, how a lot of your clients have utilized speed to overcome procrastinating, basically. If someone says it's a big investment, you can showcase the cost of not working with you guys, the cost and the impact that it has on your business, because the investment is what they pay today. The cost is the reoccurring payment and debt they need to pay if they don't take action with you today. If they're an emotional buyer and they're looking for reasons to get started, you showcase all of the massive transformations you've had in your organization and how people, young people, old people, middle-aged people have had amazing results and transformations from working with you. You put out videos that absolutely emphasize those points. So those videos are the assets that people come and want to work with you, and they want to work with you every single time. And the best part is these videos become miniature sales reps who do not sleep, do not take breaks, work 24/7 to handle all the objections with your prospects and sell on autopilot. That is the big thing, because while your team may take a break, your videos don't. These are videos that continuously build momentum and grow continuously through time. And where else can you use these videos? Because now that you have these videos, these are assets. And as assets, you may have a bunch of prospects who are ready to buy, and you can re-engage with them and restart a conversation. And instead of saying, hey, just following up, just checking in, you could say, hey, I just recorded a new video on XYZ that solves ABC in ABC timeframe. Do you mind if I send this over to you? You can ask for permission. They would say, yeah, Darren, I would absolutely love that video. Please send that across. Then we share a video asset. Then they say, this is exactly what I wanted, of course, because it's a pre-handling objection video. And then as a result, they might ask to book in another time with you, or they might just ask for the payment link. So these assets can be utilized in DMs, in chats, to work your prospects, work your leads. And also, as you build your team and have sales reps and appointment setters, they can send these videos on behalf of you. And then once the videos are out and people start booking in calls to work with you, instead of them showing up completely blind to a call, they go through what we like to call an indoctrination flow. So they will get a series of videos sent to them, maybe 5 videos, 10 videos on an email sequence over the next 24 to 48 hours that showcase your story, your offer, your hero's journey, who you work with, case studies, testimonials, models, so that then they've seen all these videos and then they come to the call. And on the call, it's not about having to sell them. You just ask one simple thing, which is, what questions do you have about the program? And they will say, I watch these videos, I got a lot of value from them, I found it interesting, I'll have one question around XYZ. Because in this way, we change the relationship. You've completely remodeled the relationship so that they know exactly what you do. And I had the only final questions as to maybe a few small things. When are the calls? When do I get started? When are the payment terms? All these small minor things. They're just small minor things. But they're sold on the big idea. They're sold on you. They're sold on you as the visionary, you having the mechanism, the company, the team, everything around there that you may bring to the table. They already know about that. It's already there. It's already done. And that's how we're able to book 2 calls, 5 calls a day of people that are fully qualified. They're pre-qualified. They come, they're ready to get started. So imagine if you were to install that into your business. How would that feel to know that customers show up on the call? They're ready to go. They already know exactly who you are. They're ready to get moving. None of this cold stuff, none of this, false trust, because I'll be honest with you guys, we're in a trust recession. Online coaches, consultants, agency owners, and entrepreneurs do not have trust on their side anymore. So we need to build that trust through video content, through long form content. That's exactly what we need to sell. That's exactly what we need to show up and bring to the table, because otherwise, people are going to get on the call, they're super skeptical, they don't want to work with you, and it's going to be a very hard sell. Also, it's going to be almost a terrible relationship because we don't want to get off onto the wrong foot, and we don't want to have to try sell people, because it's not your job to sell to your prospects. It's your job to showcase why you are the best person to work with, and you can do that all before the call even begins. Because if you think about it like this, if you could start booking up a ton of calls with people that are ready to buy, they're ready to get moving, they're ready to get started, that would completely change your business. It would make your business grow 10x faster. It would improve the velocity of sales, of speed, and you would get more leads in the top, coming in off the top, and you'd have more people converted from leads to sales. It's quite simple as that. And business is very simple, guys. At the very end of the day, you just need Leads that come in the top of the door, you need to speak to them like you're not a robot. You need to show them that you have the right solution, and you need to be able to convert them into sales. And if you can do that, you're going to smash it. We've had thousands of people to use the exact same model. Guys that don't even pay us, they're not even customers of us, but they're using this exact same model continuously to grow and scale. And then we've had hundreds of customers, hundreds of clients who actually do use this on an ongoing basis. So think about this for one last minute. If you had a seamless process to pre-handle all of these objections that you're facing on calls, you and your team can send to people, how much would that transform your business overnight? Because for me, it's absolutely transformed everything. Absolutely everything. And it's made great relationships being built. So if you want to turn your YouTube into a full sales strategy for the right business model, check out the link down below and watch the full video on how building a content business is the best decision for you to make $1 million in 2025. It's going to be a full guide, a free video of how we've actually built this from scratch, and adding in this process of objection handling videos will completely transform your content business in 2025.